Hello students, let's continue KSET 2020 Mathematics paper solutions. 26th one. If a relation R on the set 1, 2, 3 be defined by R is equal to a set containing ordered pairs 1, 1, then R is reflexive and symmetric, first option. Second option symmetric and transitive. Third option only symmetric. And fourth option reflexive and symmetric. So for solving this question, you must know about what is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So reflexive. In the set, given set R is equal to some set is given 1, 2, 3. For every element A belongs to A. For every element belongs to the set A. So we must have A is related to A. That means A comma A ordered pair must belongs to relation R. So in this case, suppose here the given set A is equal to, let's consider 1, 2, 3. So for every element in A, like 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2 and 3, 3, 3. So these ordered pairs must be there in the relation. Then we can say the relation is reflexive. But in our relation R is equal to only we had 1, 1. So there are no 2, 2 and 3, 3. And hence we can see it is not a reflexive. Right? It is not a reflexive relation, we can say, and we can cancel this first option and fourth option. And the remaining B and C. Coming to the next one, symmetric. So what is symmetric? If in the relation if A comma B belongs to R, if A comma B belongs to R, then B comma A belongs to R. If A comma B belongs to R, then B comma A belongs to R. Means in our relation the ordered pairs are 1, 1, means 1, 1 belongs to R. Even if you take its inverse also, 1, 1 must belongs to R. So it is satisfying because we had only one ordered pair which is satisfying. So we can say this is symmetric. So in third option and second option we had symmetric, but is it only symmetric or symmetric and transitive? Let's check the transitive part also. So what is transitive part? In transitive says if A is related to B, that is A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R, then A comma C belongs to R. If A is related to B and B is related to C, then A is related to C. A is related to C. This is the condition for transitive. But in our relation R, we had only one ordered pair. 1, 1 belongs to, means definitely there should be two ordered pairs so that we can compare with the third ordered pair. But we are having only one ordered pair, so 1 is related to 1 and again 1 is related to 1 only. So we can say 1 is related to 1. So this is a transitive also we can say. We can say this is also transitive with only one ordered pair, but is satisfying the condition, and hence we can say it is a symmetric and transitive. So we can say second option is correct. Okay, so let's move to the next question. 27th, the value of cos of sin inverse pi by 3 plus cos inverse pi by 3. So and we know that sin inverse theta plus cos inverse theta is equal to pi by 2. So we can use this concept. Sin inverse theta plus cos inverse theta is equal to pi by 2. So we can write here cos of sin inverse pi by 3 plus cos inverse pi by 3, which is equal to cos of pi by 2. What is cos pi by 2? Cos 90 is 0. Right. So and hence we can give the answer option D. Next question. If A is given matrix 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, then A power 4. So simple calculation part, let's do. First you find A square, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. So multiplied with the same. So just we perform the row operation, row with column. Just row with column operations you will do it. So we'll be getting 0 into 0, 0 into 0, 1 into 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 into 1, 0, 0, 0. We'll be getting here also row with column, second row and first column. If we do 0 only, you'll get. So here you will get 1, and here you're getting 0, and here is getting 0, 0, 1, which is nothing but your identity matrix. See, if A square is identity matrix, A square is equal to I. Then what is A power 4 we can write? A power 4 can be written as A square into A, right? A square into A square we can write. What is A square? I. I into I. Again you will get I only. I matrix only will get. Okay, done. So that we can say the option 28th answer option will be B. We'll see the next question. 29th one. If A is equal to A comma B comma C, then the number of binary operations on A. So binary operations. What are binary operations? So binary operations are nothing but your function. Suppose it is defined from sets S cross S to S again. Means like suppose one set A comma B comma C is there. A is equal to A, B, C. This is your set. Then what is A cross A? You will get some ordered pairs, right? A comma A comma B, A comma C, B comma A, B comma C, and so on. How many ordered pairs will be there here? So if number of elements in A is equal to 3, number of elements in A cross A will be equal to 3 square, or 9 we can say. Similarly, if the number of elements is n, then here we'll be having number of elements will be n square. Means number of S cross S is equal to n square, and here we had n of S is equal to n. The number of functions, just like how we calculate the functions, number of functions from A to B is nothing but n of B power n of A. A to B, if I consider n of B power n of A, so here n is nothing but number of elements in S to the power of number of elements in S cross S. So that is n to the power of n square. So this is the formula for the number of binary operations defined on a set. So number of binary operations on a set having n elements is equal to, so we can write the formula here, n to the power of 2. So in this problem, n of A is equal to 3. So the number of binary operations we can take it as a 3 to the power of 2. So it is nothing but 3 to the power of 9. So 3 power 9, which option we had? Option C. Right. Okay, we'll go move to the next question. Question number 30. The domain of the function defined by f of x is equal to cos inverse root of. So here it is given f of x is equal to cos inverse root of x minus 1. So, and we know cos inverse x domain. So domain of cos inverse x is minus 1 to 1 closed interval. That is x belongs to minus 1 comma 1. And here what is x here? Root of x minus 1. Root of x minus 1 must lies between minus 1 and plus 1 according to the condition. So to define this function, so minus 1 to 1 squaring on both sides, we can have 0 less than or equals to x minus 1 less than or equals to 1, and hence we can add 0 less than or equals to x. Adding 1 on both sides, we will be having plus 1 here. So 1 plus 1, that is 1 less than or equals to x less than or equals to 2. So 1, your x lies between, so the domain of the function is 1 to 2. So which option we had? Fourth option, right? Okay.